I walked with wonder and purpose through Miami International Airport. I pulled out my phone and pressed a few buttons. In a moment, I heard, "Hello. Hi, Vera. I just landed. Can I tell you how I'm feeling?" The sweet embrace of tropical weather was already tickling my skin by the time I was saying goodbye to Vera. "See you when you get here," I said. I now stood in line for a taxi. The older of two men waiting in front of me turned. "Are you going to the North Star?" "I am." "Thought so. Sounded like you were talking to your sponsor." Upon arriving at the hotel, I checked into my room, then went to the pool. I wasn't ready just yet to wear my skimpy new bathing suit. I sported board shorts that went halfway to my knees. The roar of the Atlantic surf just beyond the baseball diamond-sized pool deck was muffled by a nondescript beat pumping from the pool deck speakers. Large pink concrete tiles were the groundwork for this sun deck. A litany of dolphin-sized white plastic sun loungers were arranged in rows. I made my best attempt at introducing myself to a group of men who were at the hotel for the same reason. An Adonis beefcake hybrid pranced up. He was blonde in a dark green Speedo. The young man grinned with such wide ease, I actually wondered if he was drunk. Or had he just played hooky those formative years when the rest of us were being taught self-hatred? "Hi," he said to me. "I'm Adam." I tried swallowing my howling insecurities as I shook his hand. "You've got such a long way to go, D," I thought. I might have suspected from his very friendly body language and smile that perhaps Adam was flirting with me, but he acted the same way with each of the other fellows in the semicircle I noticed. The guys chatted about where everyone was from and where people were headed for dinner after the big evening meeting, which was a few hours away. When the group dispersed, I ran to the ocean, feeling momentarily disoriented at the water's warmth. Compared to the Atlantic Ocean of Fire Island, this Atlantic Ocean was bath water. I was surprised by how far out from land I was able to walk before I felt the sand begin to drop away from beneath my feet. I paddled back towards shore. I stood, finding the water only came up to my groin. I began twisting and leaping through the water. "Thank you, son!" Back on the hotel's pool deck, the afternoon sun was fading. An acquaintance from New York introduced me to another boy from our city. This boy's name was Anton. He was perhaps 5 years older than me. I appraised Anton with as much subtlety as I could. His pecan-colored skin practically glowed. His pretty lips and a neatly manicured canvas of dark curls went well with his classically handsome bone structure and soft brown eyes. He was wrapped in a towel to accommodate for the waning sunlight. It seemed to me at first that he looked almost withdrawn from the world, but as we began to chat, I realized he was simply soft-spoken. He adjusted his towel at one point, confirming a well-muscled, sculpted torso unmistakably shaped like a V. He had a six-pack. Veins subtly snaked up his biceps. After the big meeting that evening, Anton and I continued talking in the enormous arena-like lobby. Among us, throngs of people conversed, giggling. Some were just arriving, hauling luggage up the steps of the driveway. I looked upward slightly at my new acquaintance. "Any plans for tonight?" "It'd be nice to relax." "You have your own room, right?" "I do." "What would you think about us giving each other massages?" As the elevator swept us upwards, I congratulated myself at my record-shattering courage.